brand new to Grow a Garden or just returning and you want to get your first ever raccoon and grow a garden, this video is for you. I'm going to teach you guys how you build up your army, giving you guys a beginner-friendly, extremely beginner-friendly value list trading guide that's going to get you your first ever raccoon. So make sure to watch all the way through until the end if you want a free raccoon. And yeah, make sure to like and subscribe. And now, let's get into the video. Right here are the pets you are going to encounter. And this list is very similar in size to most of my trading value lists. Actually, might be some more pets just because I really want to show you guys what pets you're really going to be seeing. And you notice here that the best pet is going to be the Kitsune. The Kitsune is the end goal, but right here is the raccoon, which is going to be the end goal for this video. So we're going to forget about the Kitsune, but you need to get your first raccoon before you get to your Kitsune. And I'm ranking this value list, not just on value, but how well these pets are going to help you get to that raccoon. Now, unlike trading videos and advice videos I give on my channel, this one's going to be a little different because I'm not going to really be showing you guys how to use other pets to make value, because getting to your raccoon, you really don't need to do much. I think I can go from nothing to a raccoon in just a day or two. It's honestly not that hard. So let me show you how to build up the trading list. Alright, pets you want to avoid. Those are going to be your D tier pets. These are your pets that are going to be pretty easy to avoid too. It's going to be the Griffin. You never want Griffins. They're not in demand. Even though they have that divine title, they're not good. Same with the Swan. You don't want Swans. You don't want space squirrels. You don't want swans. Again, swans are way overpopulated. I put 2 swans on here to show you how much you don't want them. No one wants them. Same with hex serpents. Hex serpents, no one wants. Same with chicken zombies. You know, I'm showing you a lot of pets right now. These are pets you don't want. Same with the cockatrice. Same with the red panda. Alright, and now the rest of these pets are kind of pets that have some decent uses. So let's say you are starting off with this dog right here. So we're going to put it at the top of D tier. How do we build up? Well, there's really not much you can do with just a dog. Obviously, this is really going from the bare minimum, nothing. Let's hope you at least have a D or C tier pet, but if you are going from just a dog, you can probably get people to give you some free stuff or just level it up to age 75. It will only take you a few days, and then you can trade it for something decent. But from whatever, let's say you're sitting at some D tier pets, you want to trade for pets like the peacock, bad size peacock. Bad size wasps / tarantula hawks. Bad size sea turtles. And let me tell you why. The rich players are going to massively overpay for them because they need them for the age break machine. 7 peacocks, that can get yourself a raccoon. I've seen a few people do that, which is absolutely wild. So what you really want to do is make your way up to some peacocks and wasps and sea turtles first. And I'm saying the wasp because I still see people, if you can, you will need 12 wasps, but they are very, very common from people who have anti-bee eggs, compared to the peacocks and sea turtles are a little harder to hatch. From here, you have a few different options. And, you know, we're going to also put the capybara, because the capybara is a common paradise pet, and you're going to see it a lot. A lot of people will be trading their mimic octopuses for peacocks, capybaras, wasps, and sea turtles. So you can trade your mimic for a couple of those. However, I advise not to and just keep upholding them. But, you know, mimic is not going to be bad. What is going to be a bad pet you don't want is the elephant. Now, the elephant is way more valuable than all of these pets on this list that are in the D tier. However, it's not really going to benefit you too much because you're going to have to overpay a little, and the only ones people want are ones a good KG, but you're really not going to be using it when you're just trading up. So if you strictly don't have an XP setup that can benefit from it, it's not going to be a worthwhile pet for you to get. What is going to be a good pet for you to get is the Brontosaurus, because Brontosaurus top of that B tier. What you ideally want to do, because mimics did rise in value, you want to trade away some of your peacocks, I would say, for a mimic, and then get a mimic or 2, or maybe 3. I'm not really sure. It depends on the person. For a Bronto. From there, people love Brontos and are always trading their racks for Brontos. Then you repeat the cycle. Keep doing it. Once you get the 4 Brontos, 4 to 5 Brontos, you got yourself a raccoon. However, it's kind of hard to rinse and repeat that because, well, you can't just spawn a little bit of value out of nowhere. So what you kind of want to be doing is not getting Disco Bees. Disco Bees are falling in value, and you still have to give them overpays if you want them. So you don't want to trade for Disco Bees. When you're at Bronto level, you're going to be stuck a little bit because, well, you have a few options. You either have the Butterfly or Spinosaurus. Spinosaurus is worth a little more than that Bronto, but it's not worth a Bronto and Mimic. So you really don't want to trade away your pets for a Butterfly or a Bronto. But if you can trade your Mimics for Butterflies or Butterflies or Spinos, I meant to say Spinos, then you can probably trade away those Spinos and Butterflies later on for Brontos. Just to recap, in case you're like completely lost with how I'm saying this. If you are starting at the D tier pets right here, these are the pets you don't want to get because they're not going to benefit you while trading. C tier pets are really going to benefit you from trading. And then those B and A tier pets is how you build up. So D tier, pets you don't want. C tier, the pets you want to build up to the A, B, and then get to the S tier. This is not a value list in general. It's just how you can build up. Same with the Kois. If you got basic Kois and Seals, you're not really going to want them. Getting Kois and Seals when you can't have an XP farm to get them Nightmare and good KG, you're not going to have a ton of use with them. Same with the Dilophosaurus. However, it's in that C tier because people are going to overpay for those Dilophosaurus. So if you can trade some of your Divines for a Dilophosaurus, you're going to be able to get overpays. I traded a T-Rex for a Dilophosaurus the other day. Next up, we have the Green Bean, Golden Goose. I got a lot of pets. The Blood Owl and the Lobster Thermidor are all pets you really don't want to be getting because it's not really going to gain you a ton of value. And I'm also saying that sadly with the Barn Owl and Pachyosaurus, especially with the Pachyosaurus right now because people want overpays and you might not be able to flip it. And even if you do overpay for that Pachy level source, if you're not grinding, you're not going to be able to make that profit you want. Barn Owl is just not really in demand right now. However, right now, you want to kind of get these mummies. These mummies are sitting right a little above a Mimic right now, and I'll tell you why. Because a new event is going to have chests. And by the time the video's out, the event might be out. Mummies are in demand. They're going to be in the next couple of days. So, if you can get some mummies, it's going to be easy to trade up for raccoons. Because players like me are going to trade away their raccoons for mummies. Headless Horsemen you also really don't want to get, but they're not the worst things because they're really common and they're only really good when they're Nightmare and good KG. What is not such a bad pet to trade up to is a T-Rex sitting around a mummy area. I'd say a little less than the mummy. Pretty solid pet. Tiger is one of those kind of build-up type pets. I don't really recommend trading for it, but it's actually not that bad of a pet. Someone may need it. Phoenix, even though it's a Divine, it used to be really good Divine, but it's just not going to have a ton of value. Queen Bee, a little less than the Mimic, but it's going to be a good staple piece to build up to. But you don't necessarily want to be trading away your Peacocks for a Queen Bee, so that's why I'm putting it in the same boat as the Tiger. Fennec Fox is that A tier pet. That's going to get you really, really close to that raccoon right there. However, I wouldn't recommend trading for the Fennec Fox directly. Don't overpay for it. Butterfly, really, really bad. So, yeah. Or Dragonfly, really, really bad. Bald Eagle is not going to have a ton of use for you if you can't get it Nightmare and good KG and actually use it to hatch. And then lastly, the French Eye Ferret. That's a pet you want to stay away from just because they are such a good pet, but people want them at 39 kg, and you really don't want to be overpaying for the small ones. Now, guys, this is how you build up. And let me just explain this again if you skipped to the end of the video. Our end goal right here is the S tier raccoon. The D tier are the pets you don't want to be trading for when trying to trade up for the raccoon. Because when you're trading up for the raccoon, you really just want to do trades and not trying to make value with the pets you get. You just want to make profit off of getting a W trade. You're going to get a bunch of small W's that's going to equal that raccoon eventually. The C tier stuff is the stuff you want to trade up for the B and A tier. Okay, because these are the pets that are in high demand. These are not Titanic Cappies, Titanic Peas, Titanic Dillos. No, these are just normal ones that people are going to overpay for. And the Queen Bee and Tiger. Then the B tier are the stuff that's a little better. And you kind of want to be going for that little Brontosaurus guy right there. And you want to try to get 4 to 5 Brontos. And then you get yourself a sweet looking raccoon. Guys, I really hope you found this video helpful. And I hope it wasn't too confusing to understand, because I wanted to try something a little different. You know, there weren't super high value pets in this video. If you were confused at the final tier list, please go through and watch it again. Or if you just skip to the end, just watch it. It's going to make no sense if you didn't watch it. As always, guys, if you did enjoy the video, please make sure to like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace out, guys.